Underworld with 7 heroes. So I'm going to be doing selective commentary throughout this video, just doing the how-to and like teaching you how to do things and things I should feel like I should point out, because obviously you don't want to watch me talk over some parts where I'm just slogging through stuff. So immediately upon coming in here, you're going to be greeted with a lost soul with a quest and a bunch of other souls, and if you bring Gwen, you're going to deal with the Gwen roleplay. But what you want to do when you walk in here is you want to clear out this little center area of all the annexes, however you pronounce that, grasping darknesses, and the skeletons of doom. Just clearing them out so they are not a big deal, because once you grab the quest, it will spawn 3 more packs of grasping darknesses. If you can deal with less monsters than you normally have to, it increases your chances of not dying, so I would always recommend it throughout this run. Something major you are going to have to do in this run, while it was prevalent, or it wasn't as prevalent in Fissure of Woe, you are going to have to watch out which quests you take and when you take them. Because some quests spawn monsters, and some quests, if you spawn the monsters and you aren't prepared for it, will instantly kick you out of the Underworld because they'll kill quest NPCs that you have to protect. So just be aware of that, and I will tell you which quests those are. But I am going to be doing these quests in order from most difficult to least difficult. Because if you end up wiping, you obviously want to wipe on the most difficult ones first, because that way you spend less time coming back into Underworld and going straight back to there. So that means we are going to go to the 4 horsemen first, after completing this first quest, which you obviously have to do to get access to the rest of the quests. When you get in here, just clear everything, kill these spiders, make sure they don't meteor storm you, and just be very careful. Those spiders are going to be very prevalent throughout the Underworld, and you just have to be very aware that they exist, and be very careful about them killing you, of course. We are going to be going certain ways, certain paths. Every single path I take in this guide is meant to make a future quest easier. So like, I'm going this way to go to the Underworld because it clears out this room, which will make one of the quests easier. It's called Unwanted Guess. Just as much as you can do to make sure that the rest of your run goes as smoothly as possible, take it. Any chance, take it. This is why I use concepts throughout this run. This is why I've brought res scrolls before, although I didn't on this attempt. But yeah, so you just want to clear through these groups. So Underworld has a monster priority technically, just of monsters that you should be targeting first. So it usually goes Skeletons of Doom, then the Terrorwebs, and then everything else. Because everything else is not nearly as threatening as the Skeletons of Doom or the spiders. The Skeletons of Doom have like Rain of Bones or whatever it's called, Splinter of Bones or something. It does a giant bone storm and does a lot of damage to everybody when you're grouped, and it can get really out of hand, especially when you're dealing with other things. So you want to take those out as fast as you can. They also take bonus holy damage because obviously they're skeletons, so they'll take bonus holy damage. Then you have the spiders. Why are the spiders deadly? As you'll see there, I'll point that out in a second, but I died there just to show it off, but I'll point out in a second. Spiders, what they do is they cast Meteor Storm. As from the Hydras from Fissure of Woe, any monster with Meteor Storm is a jackass and should be killed immediately because they are evil, and you should wipe out every single sight of them. But seriously, Meteor Storm can bone you so hard in these runs, like it can cause wipes so easily. So you'll see I died there from walking out of those worms. You might be wondering why. Well, the worms are actually ranger monsters, you see, because they'll put traps down. So like, they'll spend, the minute you enter Underworld, they'll just spend that time putting traps down over and over and over, like flame trap, barb trap, all those things. When you walk on them, you will take a lot of damage, but you need to make sure you pop them. It keeps your bone minions alive. Generally, your emote prot hero can keep you alive throughout this. It doesn't really matter. There are a couple times where you step on one too many traps, but there's enough monsters in between the next boss fight, or the next quest I should say, that your death penalty will go back from 15 to 0, no big deal. Wiping on these trash packs, not particularly that easy to do, because, well, they don't do a lot in particular. So after you kill these worms, you're going to be entering the zone known as the Chaos Plains, which has its own monster priority. So in addition to the skeletons and the spiders being on the priority list, there are certain monsters you would want to avoid killing, although we will kill some of them. So there are these Dream Riders in this zone. So Dream Riders are a very interesting monster. By themselves, if you just see the one, you kind of want to avoid killing it. If you see them in groups of 2, you can kill them and no big deal. But what happens is once you kill one of these riders, 3 Mindblade Spectres will spawn. Then when you kill those 3, then 6 Mindblade Spectres will spawn. When you kill those 6, 9 Mindblade Spectres will spawn. They're tedious to kill, very annoying, and later when you spawn the Reaper can also lead to wipes if you aren't aware of where they're going to come up from. I only kill certain riders because I know I'm going to be coming through this way later, and I don't want my heroes and my bone minions getting locked on the riders. So I deal with the one here. I deal with, I want to say, 3 more after this. There's one here, there's one next to the Reaper spawn, there's one on top of the Reaper spawn, and there's another one next to the Reaper spawn on the opposite side. The reason I either kill it to optimize the path to make sure in the future my bone horse don't get locked onto them, or I kill them because there's a quest here called the 4 horsemen that you're going to want to move up and try to snipe one of the 4 horsemen before you move to the Reaper spawn. And you can't do that as effectively if your heroes are too busy focusing a Dream Rider instead of killing, like, I think it's Khazad Doom is one of the riders. So, dealing with that. So I'm going to talk about the 4 Horsemen quest, meanwhile, while I clear out these trash packs, because it's no big deal, and it's relatively tedious to watch me kill Mindblade Spectres, honestly. So what happens with 4 Horsemen is the minute you accept the quest, there are 4 Horsemen, obviously. There are 4 giant Dream Riders, essentially, but they don't spawn Mindblade Spectres when they die. What happens is they will very slowly move to the Reaper spawn point. They each have 2 Terrorweb Spiders with them automatically, and more Terrorweb Spiders will enter the fight as you fight them, along with Skeletons of Doom. So prolonging the fight can lead you to getting overwhelmed, but there's only a set number of spiders and skeletons that can actually come on your position. So immediately upon killing them, what you're going to want to do is you're going to see me go up and kill Khazad Doom. He is one of the riders. He has 2 spiders with him. You just kill the spiders, but you flag it so your heroes are targeting Khazad Doom. You kill him, you move back to the Reaper spawn point, and then you just deal with them in order, killing their spiders first and the skeletons as they come, because the skeletons come later after the spiders, and then you kill the bosses. Just make sure you're killing them in the right order and flagging them, because if you aren't flagging them, your heroes will kill them inefficiently and too slow, and you will take too much damage and you'll wipe. Also, if the Reaper dies, you instantly wipe and you are kicked out of Underworld. That goes for every Reaper, it goes for every quest relevant NPC inside of Underworld. So just be aware of that. I know I've said flagging over and over, and what do I mean by that? And I've mentioned it in other videos, but if you do Control-click, your hero will shout, I am attacking X, or I am following X if you're carrying an item like I am. Destructive's Glaive is the item I'm just carrying. And then all of your heroes will focus that one person. So this is very useful, and you're going to have to use this in Underworld a lot. You want your heroes to be focusing down primary targets. You want them to be focusing spiders that are about to cast Meteor Storm, because, well, you have interrupters, obviously. And you also want to be focusing the Skeletons of Doom as you get to them. So, yeah. So, we're going to do the 4 Horsemen quest, and then I'm going to stop talking for now as I perform it, because there's not much else to it other than killing the Horsemen in the right order, sniping Khazad Doom, killing the spiders, killing the skeletons as they come, and just doing it in as a clean fashion as possible. So, see you after that. Bye. after having completed that quest, we are going to head to the next quest, which is called... Just give me one moment, I wrote this all down. It is called Imprisoned Spirits, and this is one of the more annoying quests. So basically, while the Four Horsemen is very difficult, probably one of the hardest quests in Guild Wars to date, and is about execution, this quest is just about knowing where monsters are going to spawn and preparing for them to spawn. Being very aware of that, so yeah. So we're going to move up through here, and we're just going to clear out the whole area, and we are going to use another term. I actually used flagging earlier. What I meant to say is calling out a target. The term flagging is something entirely different. Flagging is actually putting your heroes in certain spots, which is also why you should be putting your heroes in certain spots before you go into a mission where you cannot change the hero lineup. So I have Elias and Zandra on 1 and 2. Generally that's all I'll ever use is 1 and 2 to be different. 3 is something I'll use in one quest on my third flag, but that is only to cover a spawn point of certain spiders. When that quest comes, I'll go over that. But this quest is all about, there are 4 spirits that spawn. When they spawn, there are also spiders that will spawn, and skeletons of doom, and all those things that will try to kill them. If one of the spirits dies, you instantly fail the quest. The spirits will very, very slowly climb the mountain all the way to the Reaper, and when they get to the Reaper, you pass the quest, and then you can move on. But they like to attack everything in their way. They like to go for the spiders, they like to go for the skeletons of doom. They also like to go for the Ren bots, which are on the way. Tortured souls, I should call them. They are just all they cast is Ren enchantments. That's all they cast. But they don't do anything. They just serve to get the tortured spirits aggro and to slow down the quest, and also to get them in very scary positions sometimes where you do not want them to be. But you need to do some intricate flagging here, which I will show you when I start this quest. Because you have to split your heroes. And the reason is because the spiders and the skeletons and all that spawn in 2 different places. They will spawn in a little alcove right ahead, you can see there, and they will also spawn in the giant wide open area. But you will flag the majority of your party in the giant wide open area, and you will flag 2 of your heroes in the small alcove. You will flag Elias and you will flag Zandra. The reason you flag Elias and Zandra is because Elias has minions and Zandra has minions to take the bulk of the damage. Sacrifice, so that way when you have 5 of your heroes missing, you'll have spirits and bone minions helping them out so that can keep them alive for a while. They don't get nearly as many monsters as the big area does as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to flag our heroes right here. Flag the big group. We're going to flag Elias right behind Zandra because the spirits are the ones we want to take damage before Elias takes damage, because the spirits are resummonable. As soon as they're in position, you are also going to want to force cast Zandra's spirits so they are up, and then you'll grab the quest. Immediately upon grabbing the quest, you want to run back down, making sure your consets are active again, and you'll run back down and you're going to go help out the big wide area first. You want to be very aware of these spiders and what they're casting, because these spiders love to cast Meteor Storm, and you definitely don't want your heroes to be standing in it. The spiders will always usually prioritize you over your heroes in terms of where they're going to cast Meteor Storm at. So just be very aware of that, because that means you can force place the Meteor Storm somewhere completely insignificant. After you help the wide alcove, you want to go into after you help the wide area, you want to go into the little alcove and clear that out. Then you want to go back, clear out the rest of the spiders, rinse, repeat until both areas are stabilized. Only a certain amount of monsters will spawn. I believe that's it for the rest of the quest. And then you just go help these tortured spirits get up to the top. The next quest we're going to go to is we are going to go to Servants of Grenth, which is defending the Ice King. I will see you when we get there, because honestly this is just going to be escorting the spirits up and then clearing mobs all the way to the ice area, which is, it's just clearing it. So I'll see you there. Bye bye. here we are at the next area. So what you're going to do is you're going to flag exactly as I flagged. You're going to flag your big group there, your 1 there, your 2 there, and your 3 there. You want them in those exact positions because those are covering spider spawn spots. The spiders will all spawn on one side at the start with you on the outer area to make sure that there's no leftovers. You're going to want to flag it pretty much every single creature you kill here because they all need to die very, very quickly because you need to kill as many as you can before the second group spawns. You'll see these golden spiders are starting to spawn over here. That means you can unflag everybody and start the move over here because once you unflag them, your heroes will naturally move out of Meteor Storm, which all these are going to spam cast. You want to kill everything you see, flag it all down, and kill them as quickly as possible because you can get very, very quickly overwhelmed in this fight. This quest is actually very frustrating. And that's all there is to it, is killing those spiders, making sure they don't get to the Reaper, because if they get to the Reaper and kill them, you instantly fail. Once you finish that, you're going to want to teleport back to the Labyrinth, and you're going to want to make your way to the... wherever the mare is. I don't remember the area. It's called... oh, the Forgotten Vale, I'm sorry. So once you finish the Frozen Land quest, protecting yourself from spiders, and all you needed to know for that quest were the flag points. That quest is really easy once you know it. So, you want to move to the Forgotten Vale where you will get another very easy quest. We're getting down to the point where quests are pretty easy. This one's easy, the next one's not so easy, and the reason we're doing this one first is we need access to this teleport for the Reaper. So this quest is, once you grab it, a bunch of forgotten spirits are going to spawn throughout the village and start attacking the friendly spirits and the mare. So what you want to do is you want to kill them, kill all the friendly spirits around the mare first, and then you kill every other spirit and just kill them. Just clear out the area before you start this quest. It's really not a big deal. Quest isn't that difficult. Just make sure that there's at least one forgotten spirit still alive. The friendly ones, not the enemies. All the enemies are free to kill. You're fine on killing those. And the mare is alive, because if all the spirits die or the mare dies, you will be booted out of Underworld because quest relevant NPCs are dead. Another thing I failed to mention earlier, because I just went over how to do that quest, is this is how you get the Elder Black Widow, which is one of the 3 like pets that are rare. I guess they're considered rare, but you can turn them into the Hom and you'll get a Hom point for them. The easiest one to do is this one. You will walk up here and get the one here because this one's really easy. All you have to do is do one quest. So I would recommend doing this Wrathful Spirits if you just want to walk in and get your Hom point and then go to the Reaper and tame it. But that is all I'm going to talk about for this one. Really, just clear the area, then kill the Mesmers near the mare, then kill everything else. That quest is done. And then I will see you in a little bit when we start Unwanted Guests. Bye-bye. And after that completion of that quest, you're going to want to immediately go back to Labyrinth, flag your heroes behind here, and get the next quest, Unwanted Guests, and then immediately teleport yourself back to the Vale, because this quest is very scary. Honestly, I had to attempt this a couple times. Basically, what happens with this quest is it will spawn a lot of groups of immortal vengeful addicts, aka they can't take damage, a bunch of tearweb spiders, and a bunch of Keeper of Souls, or Keeper of whatever's. You need to kill 6 of them. There are 6 keepers throughout in different areas. They're all in the same spot, but you really need to go slowly through this quest. Know the patrol paths and just go as slow as you can and very carefully through this quest, because you can very easily wipe, because the addicts can't die, can't take damage, and they do a lot of damage. The spiders do a lot of damage because they all have meteor storms, and most of the keepers have skeletons of doom near them, which do a lot of damage. So you want to basically do exactly as I do in this video, is watch the patrol paths, be very careful about how you do it. I do get a bit of indecision here, which you're going to watch me. I'm going to go in between areas over and over. Again, this is an attempt while I'm tired, but do as I do. Not this part, but for the rest of it, do as I do and you will be fine, honestly, because most of the keepers you can snipe. Now, one of you, my sniping is what you just saw, where you're effectively waiting for most of the mobs to patrol away, and then you're going to run instantly, kill the keeper, and then you're good, because the keeper, when he dies, every spider and every addict dies. However, something to keep in mind is that the skeletons don't die, so you need to be very aware that the skeletons of doom are still alive. Other than that, there's not much else to this quest. It's just moving slowly and doing it best you can. So I'll see you guys in a little bit after this quest, where we do the rest of the easy quests. So, bye-bye. Alright, and once you complete that quest, you're going to want to go back to the Labyrinth Reaper, and you're going to want to get the quest Escort of Souls. This mission is really easy. You're going to immediately walk down these stairs. You're going to see a lot of Mindblade Spectres, which don't do a lot of damage. You're going to kill them all. There are 3 groups of Mindblade Spectres, one at the bottom of the stairs, one up ahead, and one on the bridge right to the Veil. Once they are all dead, you can essentially just let the spirits you are escorting walk all the way to the mare. The goal of this quest is make sure that all these spirits get to the mare unkilled. If even one of them dies, you will instantly get kicked out of the Underworld, which is, yeah, basically you're used to that by this point, right? So once these Mindblade Spectres are down, you are good in that regard. After that quest, what you're gonna, or basically, once you kill this Mindblade Spectre pack, you're gonna let them just walk to the mare, because once you kill these Mindblade Spectres, they're safe. There's nothing that can attack them if you cleared out the area, which you've already done. Once you do that, you're gonna want to flag your way back to the Chaos Plains, and you're gonna want to head to the next quest, which is called the Tearweb Queen, which is in the spawning pools. So in the spawning pools is full of tearweb spiders, so you want to take it as slow as you can. Just kill groups like as low as you can. Just be very careful. Interrupt Meteor Storm by focusing the Meteor Storm guys. Deal with them as effectively as possible, and clear out the whole spawning pool area just to be safe. Clear it all out, and then grab the quest. Once you grab the Tear Queen quest, once you grab the Tear Queen quest, a bunch of skeletons, tearwebs, and obsidian gardens will spawn, as well as the Tearweb Queen. Unlike other quests you've done, when you kill the Tearweb Queen, everything doesn't despawn, so you can't just run in and sniper and run away. So what you have to do is you have to move slowly through that quest and just kill the Tearweb Queen, moving very slowly, very carefully, because the only way you can get kicked out during that quest is by your group dying. So there's no NPCs to keep alive or anything, so it's pretty easy for you to just complete so just take it slow, be very careful, and I will see you guys after that quest. Just do as I do, and I will see you for the next quest called Demon Assassin. Bye-bye. Alright, and once you finish that quest, you're going to want to head back to the Twin Serpent Mountains, going back to the Chaos Plains, and then moving your way there, and clearing your way up there. This quest is a joke. So basically what happens with this quest is to get to the Reaper, you have to clear a bunch of tear webs and other things, just getting into it, and the worm things, I don't remember what they're called. But you just need to clear your way all the way to the top mountain, killing every single thing you see. And then once you grab the quest, there is a monster called the Slayer, which will come up to you. You kill that, and you're done with the quest. There are other groups of tear webs and keepers of souls that will start to rush your position once the Slayer is dead. You don't need to kill them. Once you kill the Slayer, the Reaper is invulnerable to all damage. You kill it, you walk up to the Reaper, and then you're done. That's that quest. It's really that easy. So, I will see you once that quest is done, because really it's that easy, and once that's done, I will explain how to fight Doom. So, see you in a little bit. Alright everybody, and now we're going to talk about Doom. The most tedious fight in all of Underworld. He's actually really easy. You'll see me wipe here, of course, so really easy, well you failed. Well, I failed because I wasn't paying attention. So basically how this fight works is Doom has 80,000 HP. Yes, 80,000. he is a very long fight. It can take up to 20 minutes to do this fight. So he is really, once you've turned in all the quests, you want to go back to the area with the ice elementals that you helped defend from the spiders, and you want to go here and start the fight. So basically, Doom has a lot of gimmicks to his fight. So you'll have the 8 Reapers sitting around the room casting a spell called Doom's Rest, which will fill up Doom's rest bar. To win the fight, you have to get Doom to 20% and fill his rest bar, which is just filled after a certain point. So there are 2 ways of filling it. Number 1, the Reapers throughout the whole quest will be casting it. Number 2 is if you die, you turn into a separate hero. So you turn into a spirit, which 5 new skills. You have Doom's Rest, which fills his rest bar. Spiritual Healing, which heals a target other ally for 250. Encased Skeleton, which will freeze skeleton. It's really not an ability you should be using. Reversal Death, which adds 5% morale to characters. So you want to use it with characters with death penalty, because once a character reaches 60% death penalty, they will turn to a spirit, and you don't want all of your characters to turn to spirits unless you had some way of doing that. There is a speed clear that does it, but that's not how I do it with the 7-year support. And your last ability is called Ghostly Fury, which does, what's it called? It does 270 damage or something. Which is really useful. It's basically the one you're going to want to use most of the time. You want to turn off every skill except for Spiritual Healing and Doom's Rest for all heroes that get turned into spirits. For you can keep them all on. You want to mainly focus on using Reversal of Death on all your heroes and using Doom's Rest until his rest bar is full, and then getting him low and just dealing with it. Doom has few abilities. Doom has Judgment of Doom, which inflicts 75 fire damage per second of foes in spirit range, lasts 4 seconds. So it does 350 damage. It's all healable, no big deal. You have Reaping of Doom, which Doom becomes invulnerable and attacks 4 targets. Each attack deals 200 weapon damage. Basically, he goes underground, and you get to deal with all the minions that he leaves around, and you'll get to heal up. This makes the fight really easy. Like, if this ability didn't exist, this fight would actually be a lot harder. Then he has Touch of Doom, steals 100 life from a person, adds 50% death penalty, and kills him at 60%. This skill becomes an issue. This is why you need to bring death penalty removers such as honeycombs, lucky clovers, keystones, all those things that you can buy from people. Keystones you can buy as a consumable from a consumable vendor, but please bring those in here. It really helps. Other than that, you can also just sacrifice yourself at the start of the fight and use yourself as strictly just using a Reversal of Death person, just using Reversal of Death on all your heroes and keeping them alive. No big deal. And then Weight of Doom is his last ability, which is target moves 90% slower, receives 75% less healing, and has 10 pips of negative health regen, which is actually really scary. It lasts 5 seconds, and you just basically want to remove this as soon as possible. And also he spawns Minions of Doom and Champions of Doom. Kill all the undead as they spawn and then deal with Doom. Like, all the ads should be primary and Doom should be secondary. And that's the fight. That really is it. It's just 20 minutes of that, watching him, making sure you know what you're doing, and just fighting. It's not particularly difficult. You'll see me fail, of course, because I'm not paying attention. Just, seriously, fight's not difficult. Bring death penalty removers. Make sure your heroes are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Dodge all the attacks, and you'll do fine. Don't be worried about not dying to be able to do Doom's Rest, because the Reapers around the room are casting Doom's Rest the entire time, so it's not a big deal. Alright guys, that's all I'm going to talk about for this run. Thank you guys for watching immensely. This run took a lot of effort to get footage for, I promise you. I'm really glad I was able to do it, and I really hope this helps a bunch of people out being able to clear Underworld. So, my name is Parallel, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Hey guys, Parallel here. While you're here, why don't you subscribe to my channel or check out some of my other videos and let me know what you think. Later.